This is a Cincy fan talking with LP. You can catch me on Twitter. That's a Cincy fan talking. You say it like it sounds, just leave off the G. If you have ideas for the show, you can reach me at Cincy_fan_talk at yahoo.com. If you have any suggestions for the show, make sure you leave them there. Who knows, you might find yourself as part of the show. Any feedback would be definitely appreciated. And also, make sure you hit the Linktree page that's on my Twitter. Make sure you click on that. You can find all the different ways to contact me there. Enjoy the show. What's going on, fam? Welcome to another episode of a Cincy fan talking with LP, and this is LP. Appreciate y'all stopping past and checking me out for yet another episode of me ranting and raving about everything going on in the world. Definitely appreciate you giving me a little bit of your time. Definitely appreciate it. Wasn't gonna get back into this again because I got into it last episode, but got some emails, got people on my Twitter, let me know, giving me pros and cons on what I was talking about last week about the Big Ten and the Pac-12 closing up shop until the spring. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop into this because I got the same perspective, but I'm looking at it another way because of the stuff I saw over the course of the week. So I had people in my DMs. Hey, I'm I'm just happy to finally have people in my DMs. Like it was a ghost town for like my first 3-4 months, but now I'm with a good group of podcasters, so I got them. We go back and forth on the DMs, and now people actually hitting me up about my podcast, so I'm just happy to get DMs. But these DMs, people let me know like, hey LP, why you don't want people to play? These players, they should have the right to speak out. If they feel like they safe playing, they should play. Some of the points, they kind of sort of made sense, saying that it's safer on campus for the players to play because the rate of contagion has been dropping lower and lower. And I get that. Definitely understood. I mean, when you make data points like that, it makes sense. But here's what I'm saying. One, you playing football. And when you playing football, it really only takes a couple of cases for everything to spread. And you can't really keep everybody safe for a long period of time during the football season, especially when you're talking about college players. You're talking about 17, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old men and boys who, when they win games, they're not thinking like older people with families like, well, I'm just going to go home and kick it with the family. They're not doing that. They're about to go party. And maybe 99 of them won't. But it only takes one to mess it up. It just takes one. And then you got the campus opening back up. It's a recipe for disaster. And you got a lot of people saying, well, why don't we just wait and see what happens when the campus is open? What are you really waiting for? You got 170,000 people that already passed away. You got 5 million cases in America. Stuff is not about to get better in 3 weeks. I mean, there's no miracle cure that's about to clean this up in 3 weeks. This is what I was saying last week. These were my points last week. So I'm driving down the street, right? This was a couple of days ago. I'm driving down the street. And as I'm driving down the street, I get to the corner and there's a park, a public park, right on the corner as I get to the end of my street. I'm not making this up. I'm not blowing this up to prove a point. I literally saw over 75 people in this park having a party. About 4 or 5 of these people were wearing masks. They were just living it up, having a party in the middle of a pandemic. And you can say, well, LP, it's a party. They was probably family. Really? Seriously? This is America. This is America. This is what we're dealing with. We we want to do all the stuff that we want to do. We want to party up. We want to hit the bars. We want to just do whatever. And then with a straight face, come through and be like, hey, look, I want football. I want everything exactly like it was in February. But I don't want to sacrifice anything to get that. It's it's like the fourth season of The Wire. When I'm a huge Wire head. Like you can't tell me nothing about The Wire. Wire top 3 best show ever. If you want to put The Sopranos up there, cool. Wire got to be up there too. So Marlo Stanfield, and if you've seen The Wire, you know the part I'm about to talk about. Marlo Stanfield walk into the little mini mart. He walk in there, and he just get a water. He just get a water just for to drink a water. He see the security guard watching him, and he decided to just steal 2 lollipops, just to steal them, just because the security guard was watching him. And if you haven't seen The Wire, Marlo Stanfield was like the big kingpin of Baltimore at this point. Basically took over all of Baltimore. So the security guard, he come out and he steps to Marlo. He goes like, "Look, I saw you take those suckers. I'm stepping to you." But the security guard is like, "I'm not stepping to you, but I saw you. I know who you are. I'm not stepping to you, but I'm a man." And Marlo looks at him. He goes like, "You want it one way. You want it one way. You want it one way, but it's the other way." That's what he said to him. Now, the security guard had to get it. I mean, he did. But that's what Marlo was saying. He was saying exactly what's going on right now. We want it one way, but it's the other way. We want to have everything that we had before. We want to have all of this stuff. We want to have all of these privileges, but we don't want to do the work to get them. We want it one way, but the coronavirus is like, it's the other way. The coronavirus is literally Marlo Stanfield. Like, that's literally who the coronavirus is. The coronavirus is looking at us like, you really think that you're about to do this? You really think that you can run around here sans mask and just have it the way it was November 28th, 2019? We really think that that's cool. And Rona is out here like, no, that's not happening. And that's what we need to realize. The Alabama athletic director basically said the same thing. Until we decide that we're willing to sacrifice and do what's necessary to get this contagion under control, we really can't be upset with the powers that be in the Big Ten or the Pac-12. We're upset with the wrong people. It's crazy to me that we're up here getting rowdy with grown-ups that have our best interest at heart. Well, me as a teacher, it makes perfect sense to me, because being on the front lines as a teacher, we're always tasked with putting policies out that we didn't necessarily create, but they're in the best interest of our students. And the students are like, "Why are you doing this to us? Why?" And we're like, "We're not doing it. We're enforcing it, but we're not necessarily doing it. But we got to take the heat for it." I mean, it's really crazy. I mean, it's I won't say it's the world that we live in, because I feel like the world, they decided to go like, "Look, this coronavirus is bigger than us, and we need to sacrifice to get it under control." I feel like most of the world decided to do that. There are pockets that didn't, but a lot of places in the world decided to do that. We're over here isolated, and we didn't do that. But we want everything else that goes with keeping the virus under control. But the virus isn't under control. When you think about it, it really doesn't make sense. But as an American citizen, it makes perfect sense. That's what we do. We don't we don't sacrifice. We don't necessarily put the hard work in. We look for shortcuts. We try to do it halfway, and we hope that's enough. I mean, that whole American dream thing, you work really, really hard and in the end everything works out. That's usually for like middle class and lower class folks, and it rarely works out. But the high class people, I feel like they find a way to get the lower and the middle class people to work for them, and then they say they did the hard work. I mean, that's just kind of how I feel about it. What I really hope, my hope, is that these athletes figure out that this system, the way it's set up, they're not necessarily looking at athletes' rights. They're looking for entertainment, and they're looking for money. And I really hope that athletes put the whole politics aside and they look at their safety. If they really feel like that it's safe enough for them to play, I get that. But they need to understand that there are very few athletic directors and fans and whatnot that have their true interest at heart. And I hope they understand that. There are a couple of them out there, but not a lot. They're really putting dollar amounts on these kids' heads, and I hope they understand that, because they will push them out there and they will make it think that it's their decision, when really it's like, we want you to play for the dough. So I'm hoping that they're watching, and that they're learning from what's going on. That's what I'm hoping. And I've been saying this since I started this podcast. It's been getting me in a lot of trouble with fans, because they're like, "Why are you calling yourself a Cincy fan talking? You don't even sound like a fan." But I'm like, fans need to do better. Like, they really do. I mean, a lot of fans are trying to use these athletes simply for entertainment purposes. And I feel like athletes are more than that. I mean, they really are. I mean, they're three-dimensional people, and a lot of fans just try to use them for entertainment and then discard them, and then say the athletes aren't loyal. And it's just a bunch of bull to me. I mean, that's how I see it. Um, we'll jump back into more talk in a second. You got a Sense of Fan Talking with LP. We'll be right back. And welcome back to a Cincy Fan Talking with LP, and this is LP. And to wrap up that last segment, just let me make it 115% clear. I'm all with football players, soccer players, all these fall sports, all sports, period, playing ball. I'm with it. Like, I really want them to play. For me, it's all about safety. And I've seen people on Twitter, trying to put a spin on it, like, LP must not be down with Trump because he don't want them boys to play. Let me make it clear. Number one, I'm not down with Trump anyway. Like, you don't even have to guess. Like, I'm not down with Trump. This is not a political thing. Everybody tries to make this stuff political, and it's not political. It's a safety issue. That's why we're in trouble now. People try to make wearing a mask political, and it's not. You wear a mask to be safe. I mean, that's the whole thing. You wear the mask to be safe. You try to put these kids out there, and it's not really safe, and it could be tragic. And that's where I'm at. I just don't think it's safe. I don't want somebody like Justin Fields out there wrecking his pro career because he's trying to prove to people that he really wants to play ball in college. I just don't see the percentage in that. If it's safe, play. Right now, I just don't think it's safe enough for them to play. So that's where I'm at with it. It's not political. I mean, if we're talking politics, that's different. I tell you now, like, fuck Trump. Like, that's how I feel about it. But we can take the politics out. I really 100% feel like it's not safe enough for people to be playing sports right now, especially in certain counties in Ohio, for real. So that's how I feel about that. So we're gonna jump into this next topic. The Washington Football Club. I'm so happy that they got rid of that other word. By the way, I mean, running around calling themselves like Redskins. I mean, it was a bad look. So the Washington Football Club decided to hire a black team president. First black president of a football team in NFL history. Kind of a big hubbub was made everywhere about it. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw what I put about it. Like, don't expect me to start singing and saying yay about this, because whenever I see stuff like this, the first black something ever, I think the same thing. Like, damn, really? The first? Like, for real? In all the years ever? Just now is the first? Really? And think about it. In the NFL, we talking, what, 60, 65, almost 70% black? Basically, your workforce is 7/10 black. That's who you got blocking. That's who you got catching passes. I mean, that is football. So, and if you've been listening to me from the start, number one, you a diehard. Like, I rock with you. If I finally start putting out merch, you'll definitely get it for free if you've been rocking with me since the very beginning. Number one. And for number two, you've heard my shift in what I've been talking about. You've heard me talk about how I feel like fans really don't respect athletes, especially athletes of color. Like, it is really, really messed up. And as athletes progress and get out of football and out of basketball, and they want to, like, get up into, front office and upper management, not so much basketball because there's places for us there, but in football, it's that glass ceiling, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And for me, it's just kind of like, I'm sick of the trinkets. I'm sick of, like, first black team president, first black something. It's like, miss me with that, because I feel like you just passing us these small little trinkets. Meanwhile, no movement is really happening. Like, no progress, no real change is occurring where we want to see it. It it's the part I talked about this way back in June when the discussion was, should there be athletics? Should the players come back and play? And I was on the fence. And I was on the fence for this very reason. I felt like I just didn't feel like I wanted things to be normal again. Like, I want uncomfortable. Like, I want people to understand how much Black society contributes to your entertainment. I want people to understand how much Black society contributes to your normalcy. And I kind of felt like athletes coming back just makes everything feel a little bit normal again. And I really didn't want that. I felt like all those conversations that we were having, all those, hey, let's talk about anti-racism, hey, teach me about all of that. I feel like we're having those a little bit less now. I just don't feel like it's happening as much as it should. In certain circles it's happening. I can definitely say that. But I feel like definitely not in America, it's not happening as much. I just want those conversations that we were having in June, I don't want those to stop. And I feel like these small trinkets that people were throwing us, hey, let's go ahead and take the cream of wheat, man, and lighten them up. And hey, let's go ahead and take Uncle Ben off the box and let's clean Aunt Jemima up off of the box. All these small trinkets is stuff that we really don't need. It is great that we have one Black NFL president. That's one. Meanwhile, we're looking at an entire NFL front office management system pretty much ran by people that don't look like the people on the field. And if you look at America, America looks like that. The workforce doesn't look like the people that they're working for. It looks like that in athletics, and it looks like that outside of athletics. And I feel like athletics is a microcosm of America. And if we don't change athletics, how can we really change what America looks like and sounds like and feels like? Everybody always says, you know, we use athletics to kind of escape what America is. But how can we escape what America is if athletics looks like America? How are we escaping that? How are you running from that? What are you really getting away from? It looks exactly like America. You're not running from it. It's the same thing. It would be kind of like running away from a snowstorm to a house with no heat. You're not running away from the cold. You're going into a house that's cold. It's pretty much the same thing. It's a little bit warmer. That's basically what it is. It's a little bit warmer. Kind of like how you got that one team president that's Black. That's basically what it is. That's basically America summed up. That's basically athletics summed up. And it's one of the reasons why I'm not really keen on athletics happening right now. But like I said before in June, you can't really fault athletes for wanting to play. I mean, you can't. They gotta make their money. You can't fault people for wanting to get dough. I mean, how can you? And on top of that, these athletes are they're using their pulpit, like they're using their soapbox the best way that they can. I just felt like the best way that they could use their soapbox is to simply not stand on their soapbox. I felt like Jimmy Butler had the best plan when he decided to try to come out and just not put anything on his jersey whatsoever. I thought that was absolutely positively brilliant to just come out and say, look, if I wasn't playing basketball right now, you wouldn't care about me. You wouldn't care about me at all if I wasn't hooping. You wouldn't. And Jimmy Butler is absolutely correct. A lot of people in Miami wouldn't know that Jimmy Butler existed. They would be like, who? He could be anybody. And the stuff that happens to us could happen to Jimmy Butler. He was making a very good point. I was kind of upset that they didn't let him do it. Stuff like that was great to see. I just personally felt like the best statement just would have been, look, we're not showing up. We're not going to be there. Instead, we're going to sit this out and we're going to have some real honest conversations. Let's cut the television off. You guys just go ahead and talk. So that's just kind of how I feel about that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Make sure you guys check this out next week. These will drop pretty much same bat time, same bat channel. As always, even though it's kind of crazy out here, life is good. Peace out. If you're not ready for the conversation to end, I'm not either. Make sure to catch me on Twitter. That's the Cincy Fan Talking. Leave off the G at the end of it, and we can keep the conversation going. Also, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button so you can catch the next episodes. The episodes will drop every Tuesday. If there's a change in that, I'll make sure to let you know. Appreciate the support. As always, life is good.